Well, howdy, folks. We making shake and bake, and I have. We got this Korean, Japanese, Chinese burner here, and we making some Mexican food. Doing here is charring these here poblano chilies because I want to get that skin off. I want these damn things skinned, tarred and feathered. So we're making the traditional classic dish, chili relleno, Texas Mexican dish. And what we're doing here is we're charring these peppers. We're gonna put them in something, let them steam, get that skin off. And then we're gonna stuff them with cheese. We're gonna put an egg batter on them, and we're gonna fry them hoes. Yeah. Now these chilies here are 4-alarm chilies, as you can hear in the background. The damn smoke detector don't like this shit at all. All right, folks, the smoke's still pouring off these damn things. Anyway, we char the shit out of them. We're gonna put some plastic over them, let them steam, and that skin's gonna peel right off on our fingertips, like so. Just like you're peeling money off the big ass pocket full of money you got in your money clip. So there he is, folks. The alarm's still going off. That means it's just gonna be spicy AF. All right, let's let that sit there in that plastic for about 5 minutes. I gotta get this little damn alarm turned off. Alrighty, folks. There they go. Look at that there. Look at that there. Okay, so you just take your thumb, and that skin rubs right off. See, like that? Just give it an old rub and tug there, and the skin comes right off. Now, sometimes these can be pretty spicy, like jalapeno, so your fingers might burn. So if you gotta touch your eye or touch your butthole or something, make sure you wash your hands first. And your fingers might burn a little bit after this, so a good rule of thumb is to have some gloves, some rubber gloves, because, no glove, no love type situation with these things. But I'm the chef and my hands have no feeling anymore because these are really hot, but a normal person wouldn't be able to do this. But you can do this under a sink too, and it makes it a little easier. But you do lose a little bit of flavor if you do it under a sink, but that's totally up to you. I usually give them a quick rinse anyway, just get all the little black pieces off anyway, so yeah. Whatever floats your boat. So I'm gonna do this part, and then I'm gonna show you the next part. Alrighty, folks. My fingers made it through it without burning alive, so that's good. Anyway, we all got all that skin off. I give them a quick little rinse just to get all that extra little charness off. And we can have a little bit, it's fine. Anyway, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these right across here and cut the top off and try to pull all this seed out at the same time. That way we can stuff the damn thing with cheese. Because cheese, plug any damn thing up. Colon, chili, anything. Alrighty, folks. So, all you're doing is you're taking that right there, taking that piece off. See all them seeds up in there and all. Don't need them seeds. You can take your knife right here. If there's any more seeds right around there, just kind of run your knife around, pop them out. I pretty much got them all. Now just give them a little shake, and that's it. You're de-seeded and ready to stuff. Look at that. Look how sexy that is. What Wilma say about it? All right, folks. I got this Fiesta blend. It's got all them cheeses in there. Supposedly, I think they just put some dye in there, whatever comes out is what comes out, but that's what they say that's in there. So yeah, okay. So what you're gonna do? If somebody's gonna be broken on you, but we can patch them up. You're trying to stuff this in there without them breaking because you want to make it like a pocket, so the cheese don't run out when you're cooking them. And like I said, a lot of these are gonna be already busted up a little bit. You need to actually get bigger chilies, but I ordered this shit from Walmart, and that's what they sent me. So you get what you get, and society's more like that these days. You get what you get. So if you can't get a big poblano chili, you can actually put toothpicks through there to keep it kind of together if you need to, and then when we do the dredge, and everything. For the pan frying, You can pull them picks when you get done frying it. So there's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. I always say that. That's a pretty stuffed chili right there. See, it's stuffed up pretty good. So that one's done. And we do that with the rest of them. Alrighty, folks, there he is. See them all stuffed up like that? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright, we're gonna make our egg batter for them, and I'll show you that part next. Alrighty, folks, I got some farm fresh eggs, and the reason I know they're farm fresh is you just come from a chicken's ass. I got a couple of chickens here. Now, the good thing about it with the price of eggs these days and the scarcity of eggs is that I get eggs all the time. And I paid like $5 for the chicks when they were babies. You got a little expensive from the start, you know. And once you get that out, I mean, they just go around eating, you know, worms and bugs and, you know, all their herbs and grasses and shit. So, you know, it costs much to have chickens. So, you got room for a few chickens. Good thing to have, especially these days. All right, to that. I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, I added some Schweppes club soda there, and the reason I use club soda is to get a nice froth in there, so that my egg batter is nice and fluffy. And we're gonna add some flour and seasons to that. I don't know what happened. I don't know what recorded, what didn't. It just shows it didn't record that part. So if I'm repeating myself, it's because this camera has went sideways on us, folks. So pretty simple on the seasonings for this. I got some granulated garlic. You can use garlic powder, just not garlic salt, because you can't control the salt part. Got some garlic in there. And you got quite a bit because we got in quite a bit of flour. Not quite a bit, but you know what I'm saying. That's the granulated garlic. Gonna add a teaspoon of salt to that or so. And then some fresh ground black pepper. You know I love the fresh ground black pepper because it tastes so much better than the pre-ground shit, because it loses all its flavors, but it's pre-ground for a long time. All them oils and stuff escape it. That makes pepper taste like pepper. Ooh, that's smelling garlicky goodness. Alright, let's add our flour. Alright, so we're going to slowly add some flour in. You want this to be the consistency of like a heavy cream. A little bit more than heavy cream, but not a lot more. So it's not a whole lot of flour, just enough flour to keep it together, you know. That should be about close right there. Just a hair more, we got it. There we go. Right about there, I think. Yeah, you can see that. So kind of like a real thin pancake mix. You can see the marks, but they go away. That's what you want. All right, folks, when you're frying foods, seed oils are terrible for you, okay? I want you guys to understand how bad they are. They are bad. So I don't use a lot of seed oils. It's just over-processed crap. Terrible for you. So I put a bunch of olive oil in here. I put some coconut oil in here. And then I'm finishing a little bit of olive oil. But I know a lot of people you're going to have canola, corn oil, whatever. Just be aware that it's not real good for you. So I try not to use those seed oils unless I absolutely have to. Traditionally, usually, this is done the correct way, this will be cooked in lard. I don't have any lard. So, we're going to do it with a little coconut oil and olive oil instead. And that'll work just fine. All we're trying to do is pan fry these things, then we're going to, that's it. You know, all you're trying to do is melt that cheese, get a little crispiness on the outside, and you're done. So, I cook a lot in butter. Butter's actually way better for you than most people think. I don't know, sometime in the 80s and 90s, they started telling everybody the low-fat diet and all these change from beef tallow to these seed oils. I don't know what the conspiracy was there, but there's something going on. And I guess they're trying to prop up the American farmers. I don't know. But that shit ain't good for you. It's way better to eat natural fats than it is processed fats. Way better. I mean, it's night and day. And that's why, like, McDonald's French fries used to be badass in the 80s because they cooked them with beef tallow. If you can get beef tallow, that's going to be your best thing to fry with. In my opinion. I'll stay politically correct there so that nobody gets all pissed off. And while we're waiting on that here to get hot, now this is organic extra virgin from, Great Value, so that's a product of Walmart. Anyway, I know there's lots of controversies, like there's been all kinds of scams going on in Italy and Greece and different places where olive oil comes from, about the Spain, different places, where they take and dye seed oils to make them look, they put a little bit of olive oil and a whole bunch of dyed oil. You don't know what you're getting, folks. I mean, I don't think anybody does, because they do this shit all undercover and all, pass it off, and it's hard for it to be absolutely 100% that the shit's real. And olive oil is expensive, so it kind of makes sense that they do some scam and shit like that, but, who knows? Who knows? Alright, so I'm going to take this here, roll this in here gently, but try not to get all your, you don't want to lose all your cheese in there. So be careful not to lose your cheese in the dip. And look at this, I need to add just a hair more flour. It's a little bit weak, so we're going to add a little more flour to it and get the proper consistency. Alright, so I added a little bit. I got the camera set up over here by the oven, but anyway, add a little bit more. So it's a little bit more like pancake batter. That's about what I wanted. As you can see, it's holding and sticking to it. That's what I want right there. That's more like it. Alright, so be careful dropping these in here because they are hot. You don't want to burn yourself. Drop off the excess in the bowl. Let it sit there. Don't touch it for a minute. Let that get crispy. And a pretty good sized skillet. You can do 2 or 3 at a time. You can fit 3 in here pretty easily, you know. And just let them slow fry. Once they start to brown, then we'll turn them over. I'm gonna rinse off my tongs here so I don't get all that nastiness. I got this heat on about a medium high. You don't want it too hot, you don't want it too cold. This one's about ready to flip here. They all kind of try to stick, you just kind of run your. There we go, that's perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Kind of needs a second before you flip it. Them's there as the other two. They're looking good. We cut my heat back just a hair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these off in the oven with a sauce on them to finish off the dish. I don't know if I even have the stuff here to make the sauce, but we'll make something up that'll work. I'll show you that part. I do that a lot where I just have to use what I got. You know, if I'm in the commercial kitchen, I got everything I need here. At home, I don't always have that. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that, folks. It's looking and smelling delicious. All right, folks, so back here is our grease pan we just finished up with. Here's these beautiful chili rellenos. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll show you a wide shot in a minute, but they turned out beautiful. All right. So this skillet here, ooh, that's getting hot already. All right, we're gonna add some water and some seasonings. We're making a quick little sauce for that. And this is a messy process. So I got grease on the stove here. I got some batter on the stove. So I gotta clean this shit up, and this shit's gonna kick my ass. But we'll do that in a second. Anyway, let's get started on this part. All right, we're gonna throw a bottle of water off in this skillet here. We're gonna add some spices and stuff and make a real quick sauce to go over the top of this here. Throw some cheese on top of that, pop it in the broiler for a second, let that cheese melt, and we're done, we're ready to eat. So, I got here some chili powder. This is all simple stuff. This shit's like $1.29 at Walmart now or whatever. It's not expensive. Easy to make. So, chili powder in the water. Okay. Next thing up, paprika. Give us a nice red color to our sauce. Yeah, here more. There we go. All right, next thing up, some of that granulated garlic. All right. Looks like a mess, Mr. Chef. It is a mess.
It's like a mess you're cleaning up, Mr. Chef.
I'm filming it here. You're messing up my filming. Okay, I kicked Mrs. Chef out. So I got this here broth chicken base. And it's kind of like a chicken bouillon. This one is. It comes in a powder form like so. So we don't need a lot of it because it's salty as hell. So we're going to put just a little bit in there. Not the whole lot I showed you. Something about like so. Keeping that much back. Yeah, we don't need that much. It's too salty. All right. Whisk all that together good. Smelling good. So for this sauce, right now we just got seasons, that chicken bouillon, and water in there. We're gonna need a little bit of fat, so I'm gonna throw a little bit of butter in there to give a little richness. There we go, some butter on the subject. Alrighty folks, we at the end stage here. The End of Life Motel. Once that butter melts, we're going to thicken it up, we're going to taste it, and we're going to adjust the seasoning as needed. Now, for the thickening agent, I got just some cornstarch here with water, and that's going to be our thickener. So, every time you're using a cornstarch slurry, slow and low, and make sure you whisk the whole time so you don't get lumps in it. And you can do this with a roux or something, but this is the fastest, easiest way to do it. And adding that butter adds the richness like you were having a roux, so it's not too bad. Round and round we go. Where it stops, in my pie hole. Oh yeah, we're starting to get thick. Not quite as thick as I want yet, so we add a little more. To get the proper sauce-like consistency you're looking for. Ooh, that's looking pretty damn delicious now. I think we're getting close. There more, we got it. Oh Oh yeah, that's smelling good. There we go. I think that's the proper consistency for our sauce. Let's cut the fire and give it a taste. Okay, so I just give that a taste. It tastes perfect. That was the perfect amount of everything. You can adjust it if you need to. I've been doing this shit for 30 years, making food, so I don't know everybody's experience as I am. Hopefully not. Otherwise, your knees, your ankles, your back, every motherfucking thing hurts because you've been standing on your feet for 16 hours a day for 30 fucking years. Anyway, that's beside the point. Taste it. If you don't like it, add a little bit. If it's too whatever, you can always add a little more water or lessen or add or whatever you need to do. You be the judge of that. It's your face, your stuffing, not mine. Alrighty, folks, the saucies. We're gonna put some sauce over the top. Oh, look at that beautiful sauce going on there. See that? That's looking delicious, folks. Delicious. I'm gonna go this way so you can see the pour. Oh, look at that pour. Velvety goodness. And you can put as much sauce, as little sauce as you like. It's your oyster, folks. It's your oyster. We're gonna put all that sauce on there because I got shit saucy. Alright, last thing. I'm gonna throw some cheese over the top. I used all that Mexican cheese Fiesta blend, so we're gonna just use some shredded cheddar over the top here. I'm gonna throw this off in the oven to melt that cheese for just a minute. I got that broiling on. It's gonna take about 30 seconds, and away we go. Alrighty, folks, here we are. We're all finished up. Let's pop those in the oven for a minute, and then that cheese melt a little bit on top. That's looking delicious, folks. You can put it in the oven a little longer if you want the cheese more melted or whatever. I'm ready to eat, so I don't give a shit. But if you want that cheese to kind of melt down a little more, just leave it in the oven for another minute or two. Alright, let's see what this shit tastes like. Oh yeah, look at that, folks. Look at that. Get some more of that sauce on there, yeah. Can't wait to dig in. Alrighty, folks, look at there, look at there. Y'all see that? Goodness. Alright, let's dig in. Try to make sure I got you on film here. Let's see what we got. Hit that with your fork. Should have a nice cheese pool in the middle there. Look at that cheese oozing out of there. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there, folks. That's gonna be hotter than the fires of hell. So you might want to let that cool off a hair before you stick it in your mouth hole. Alright, folks, the moment of truth time. That's absolutely delicious. And hotter than the fires of hell. Alright, let me let my mouth cool off. Alright, folks, so that's a beautiful dish. Let it cool off out of the oven after you put that cheese on there, because I'm just burning the roof of my mouth off. I always do. But there's no reason to. Just let it cool down a little bit. Don't be crazy like me. Alright, folks, I'm going to dig into the rest of this because it's really, really good. And I'll see you folks next time. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you didn't, take your ass to the Hall of Presidents of Disneyland. Alright, peace, everybody.